let's just, somebody asked me to do that. Since, good morning out there in the trading room. Good morning out there, everybody that's following us on the live stream. Hello. Somebody asked me yesterday, how come I'm on the live stream and I'm not up here in the room. So, okay, here good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Hey, did you guys see those northern lights last night? Holy moly, they were beautiful, weren't they? It's like this purple fire all over the sky. They were absolutely purple. I hope everybody got a chance to see them. Yeah, they were nice. They were real nice. Let's see here. Let me do this real quick. There we go. All right. Let's talk about the market just a little bit. First, let's do this. Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. It's November 12th, 2025. If somebody picks up this recording 180 years from now, they'll think, what the hell is that? Good morning, Stu. Hey, there's not a whole lot of going on today. Yeah, it doesn't look like a whole lot going on today. Nothing spectacular. A lot of speakers. Everybody wants to speak. Okay. Tomorrow, assuming we get reports, I don't know if we are or not. CPI at 8:30, jobless at 8:30. Petroleum status reported at noon. That's another important one. Treasury statement, Fed balance sheet. And then Friday, business inventories, natural gas report. Those are the biggies there. Other than that, there's just not a lot going on. And again, we don't even know if we're going to get those reports there. We really don't. What else? Something else. Hey, I want to say thank you for everybody that took our 2-day free pass to the trading room. Thank you. So you should be in the trading room if you can hear me right now. And make sure you say hi to me during the day and give me a chance to help you or whatever I can do, answer questions, things like that. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the SPY. One more thing. Sorry. The trend is your friend. Okay. This is one of these lines that for years aggravated me because I was a rookie trader way back when, and I didn't know anything from anything. I mean, I thought I did, but I didn't, tell you the truth. And I would hear statements like the trend is your friend, and so what? What do you do with the trend? Well, over the years, I learned to understand what the trend is. And I think there's a lot of folks that maybe don't know what the trend is or confused about the trend and too afraid to ask because it seems like, well, it just seems like a real stupid question to ask. How is the trend your friend, Well, first of all, in trading, there's no stupid, dumb questions. So please ask questions as much as you can. It benefits you. Benefits me and benefits everybody. So what I would like to do is talk about the trend real quick. I talk about it all the time. And there's a lot of different ways you can put a trend up here. I'm going to put a trend like this for right now, which that is not my main trend. Okay. I'll share that with you. So I'm going to go from this low to the next low, substantial low. I guess I could have went to this low right here. I could do that. We'll do that. I mean, there's a low and there's your next low. So we'll do that. And then just allow that line to cruise right along. Well, there's your trend. There's no secret sauce there. If you look at a trend on the top, just take that line at the top of the price action and drop it up there. And there you go. So how is the trend your friend? Well, we want to look for stocks that are trading bullishly in a trend by and large. We do take some off the bottom that's not trending sometimes. And then we take some that's off the bottom that's trending. That's kind of tricky, isn't it? But not the way I do it. So I look at the SPY here. It's clearly in a bullish trend, isn't it? Well, I'm going to get rid of these now. I mean, what are you going to do? Wait for price to come back to all the way back to this trend to buy? You know, by the time, oh crap, you know what I just realized? I don't have my drawing tools up. Can you give me a minute? It won't take long. I would sing, but I can't sing. I'd play a tune on the guitar. It's hanging on the wall, but I'm afraid that one's out of tune. I would dance for you, but I sure as hell can't dance. It's coming. There it is. There we go. Thanks for being patient, everybody. I appreciate it. All right. So here's my pencil now. Blue. There we go. All right. So say you're trading the SPY or you're trading any ticker. It doesn't matter what the ticker is. You got your trend moving up here. And then, you know, what are you going to do? You're going to wait for this stock to move all the way back to the trend? Well, here's a news flash for you. We move all the way back to that trend. God dang, we might be looking at a bearish scenario. So I'm not saying it would be bearish, but holy moly, who wants to do that? Well, see, that's what I decided a long time ago. Once I learned what the trend was and what the trend was all about, that's what I decided one of the times about when I decided that I can't use that for a trend. It doesn't work for my style of trading. My style of trading is hit and run candlesticks, right? So you buy and then you sell into strength. You make some profits and you do it again. You do it over and over and over and over. And before you know it, you double, you triple your account. All right, so let's get rid of this now, okay? Now, so what I'm going to use are these dots. And these dots, this is super secret, all right? So I'm going to share it with everybody. Thank you very much. Somebody said make your chart bigger over here. I apologize. There you go. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me to do that. Let's do this right here. There we go. How's that? Okay. So what I use are these dots. Now, this is a super secret moving average, so don't tell anybody. Mine is the 17 EMA. A lot of traders that I know that do the same thing, they use the 20 simple or 21 EMA. It doesn't matter which one, okay? Just as long as you stay steady over and over and over. Either one works. So that's what I'm going to look for. And I would rather say have a pullback into that area that's not so deep, because you start getting deep on a pullback, you know what? It might be more than a pullback. It might be more than what you bargained for. So we want to be careful there, okay? So that's what I use as a trend. And now what I'm going to look for is I want price to be above the 8 EMA and the 8 EMA to be above that, what we call the trendicator, because when it's red, that's a seller's trend. When it's green, that's a buyer's trend. And when those are stacked up like that, well, we're bullish. And there's no getting around that. There's no arguing with it. There's no well if. No, it's not well if. Are they stacked up? Yes or no? And there's the trade. Okay. So anyway, I think it's important to respect the trend. I think it's important to understand how you're going to use the trend and use it consistently over and over and over. Okay. So now let's look at some charts. Okay. Thank you for putting up with that a little bit. Let's look at some big boys here. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. Right now, I think NVIDIA is still bullish. I think it got a little ugly up here. Here we pulled all the way back. Notice that price never closed below the T-line and trendicator. The T-line, the 8 EMA, never crossed below the trendicator. That kept us bullish. Now, price came down, and then we're back up. So right now, I'm looking at NVIDIA still to move up. And as long as we can hold about this 195.50 area, I think we're pretty good. If we slip down to those green dots down there, there's a chance we come down and fill that gap. So watch out on NVIDIA there. Amazon looks like it's doing what we call a J hook. J hook is a bullish continuation pattern. that is the number one pattern I trade. And that everyone's familiar with a 3/8 trap. All a 3/8 trap is the beginning of that J hook continuation pattern. That's all it is. So here we're up. There's your 3/8 trap right there. Here's your 3/8 trap breakout. That's probably a breakout there. And that, once we break out of the top, there's your J hook right in there. Tesla, I'm long Tesla I'm long TSLL in here. There's some concern. There's some concern whether Tesla is bullish or bearish, and I know there's some people that's short Tesla. I am long. I still think it's long right here. Now this little chart pattern right there, I can't say that I'm in love with it. All right, I'm really not. The bet that I'm betting on is if they're dumb enough to pay Elon as much money as they are, they must know something. Okay, I mean they're not stupid people at all, but to pay somebody that kind of money, they must know something, and that's the bet I'm taking. So I'm long some TSLL here, and I'm looking for that to move up. That would be the first big target for me up in here. Around 2350, I guess is what that is, somewhere around there. That would be the first good target that I'm looking at. PLTR, that's working out pretty nice. We had a nice pullback to the 50-period moving average. And notice our trend here. Notice our trend. Yes, price came below our trend, but look what the 8 EMA did. It didn't crash through. And the reason it didn't is because we had that big gap up. If we would have opened up down here, that would have come through, okay? With this moving up and we're moving sideways, I think that's bullish. I still think that moves to the upside. And if it can hold that 50%, let's see, probably should do it right here, shouldn't I? Yeah. If we can hold above that 50% line, 187, 87, 85, somewhere in there, then I think we should do pretty good. Now, I'm not long PLTR. However, I am long PTIR. That's a single stock ETF on this. I am long that. And I'm looking for it first to get to 3560, 3745, and then maybe test the top up here. Okay. Google is working. Long Google. I think that's fantastic. Everybody should be long Google right now. Yeah, it's looking like a breakout to me. And take Google and we talked about trend, right? The trend is your friend. Well, go look at Google here. Can you see that? I mean, there was here's the back here on the left. This is the you can see where we went red and then price jumped up on top of those dots and they turned green. So now, and I mean, everyone has a different place where they might enter a trade. But if we look at this, I'm going to go from this top over, down on these lows. It could have been bought on this breakout. It could have been bought. See that little consolidation right there? Same thing. It could have, bought on the breakout, bought on those lows. I'm going to take this and, then you would have made money. Now let's take this top and go all the way across like this. So notice our trend is still intact. The 8 is still above the trend indicator, right? The trend is your friend. I'm showing you how to use it. Years ago, I got fed up because I was too afraid to ask because that seems like a dumb question, but it's not a dumb question. Really isn't. So ask away, okay? So it could have been bought anywhere in that box, could have been bought on these lows, could have been bought on that pop up from those lows. How about the breakout? Okay, let's do this again. We'll take these highs and and I'm going to go across just until we break out. See there? We could have been bought there by that breakout. Went sideways here. Whoops, I didn't draw that very good, did I? Let's draw that. There you go. You see where I'm going with this? So the trend is your friend. I use moving averages if you're interested in learning more. everybody over there on the social side of things, come on over. We'll see you over here at Hit Run Candlesticks and we'll talk about it. Okay. There we go. So anyway, that's looking pretty good. How about Microsoft? Microsoft's not in buy territory for me. I know a lot of people that's buying it, and I can tell you what's going to happen. Okay. I've done this so many times that I'm going to make this bet right now. This is going to happen because it's happened to me so many times, and it took me a long time to learn. Again, I don't think Microsoft is in buy territory. It's not. Now, let me kind of change that. I try to time trades. So I've learned a little bit about that. So here we're up, and yes, let's make that blue. Yes, that's a bullish move right there. And we might even go higher, and I still don't think it's a buy. Wait for the pullback. That's what I'm going to bet's going to happen. Wait for the pullback. Wait for the higher low or the double bottom to be put in, and then wait for the buyers, the signal that, okay, the low just might be put in. That becomes a buy. And we're just assuming that that's going to be the high. Okay. I don't know that that's going to be the high. When we break out of that high, that is also the buy. So I would chance that buy. I would do that in there. And then the breakout here as to the buy. And also when that happens, you're going to see that we'll start getting above our trend, right? Getting above that trend. And this helps with trades. This helps with you're getting into that momentum, and momentum tends to continue until there's no longer momentum. Okay. Meta, take a look at Meta. Now, okay. So what if we bought Meta down here? Well, why our trend is not working, right? There's no way. I mean, there's no buy here because we're not on green dots. Well, for something like this, go intraday. There's 10-minute, there's 15-minute, there's hour. Ooh, look at that hourly. Look at that hourly. Let me try to make that bigger. There you go. So now what we're doing is this same trading logic over and over. This is you want to me, I want to use the same trading logic because you do it over and over and over, you get good at it. If you jump from one thing to another thing, you don't get good at it. If you jump from basketball to football to baseball to cricket, are you really great at any one of them? Pick one and be good at it. Well, that's what I've done. I've picked out a system, and well, I kind of think I'm good at it, and you can be too. So why not trade Meta off the bottom? Something like this tells you everything you need to know. Price is above the 8 EMA. 8 EMA is above the trend indicator. A bonus, we're above the 50-period moving average here, right? Now manage that chart on the 60-minute. As it starts moving up, what happens if it gets all the way up and crosses above the daily? Well, now you can move to the daily chart. Okay. I was told years ago, if you started with a intraday chart, you should stay with an intraday chart. That's BS, by the way. That's BS. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple, I'm looking at a target up here. Notice the trend. I bought Apple yesterday, closed nice, up 5% yesterday. So I'm looking for it to move up higher. That's my target I'm looking at. Notice the pullback. See the pullback here to the 8 EMA. If we were to do this, let's get that trend like this on there. And don't get me wrong, people. I'm not against drawing trends like this. I'm not. They're just not for me. And if they're for you, then by all means, by all means. I find that using moving averages are much easier. They're so visual all the time on a chart. And I don't know. I just love them. Okay. So again, I'm not against it, but what am I going to wait for Apple to come all the way back down here? I'm in Apple. Apple's going to go up here. I'm going to make, I don't know, $400 or $500. And then I'm going to close it out in the Road to Wealth account. Everybody knows that I've already tripled the account. The statement is on the website to prove it. I'm headed to quadruple it now by the end of the year. And that's how I'm going to quadruple it. Take profits into swings. I'm a swing trader, a profit swing trader. And I mean, why would I? Anyway, you see what I'm doing here? Okay, so I'm long Apple. Okay, we did all those. Now let's take a look at SMH. SMH is trying to come back. We've got a little downtrend here. SMH is probably being beat up because the likes of NVIDIA are down. That's what's holding SMH back. But if we start to get that breakout, then we're golden here. Take a look at transports. I'm thinking I love the transports. They're working, man. Here we've broken out. We've kind of danced around a little bit, but the transports are working. Trend is intact. Price 8, trend indicator, right? Price 8, trend. Price 8, trend. Looking good. It's got some work to do. There's no doubt about it. It's got some hurdles to get over. No doubt about it. Okay. All right. Now, a couple charts I want to show you. LYFT. LYFT, I took my profits on LYFT yesterday, 34% gain. What I'm going to do is wait for a pullback. The reason I took them at 34%, it got too risky, a little bit too parabolic. So I took those profits, let it pull back. We'll let it set up and we'll get back in it. There we go. Looking at lift here, I still think 32 is my main target here on lift. So there's still plenty room for that to go. What do we have here? So I don't know, another 35%. Rivian, I also closed my Rivian. Now I closed half my Rivian day before yesterday, and I closed the last half yesterday for a 53% profit. Again, because it started to get too parabolic. Now, I think Rivian runs up here at 24.60. And me being a swing trader, I'm going to take profits into strengths. That's exactly what I did. And then we'll wait for it to pull back to set up, get another buy, and then trade it up a little bit higher. Open. I also closed my open, and I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have. But it was a 20% gain. I absolutely today plan to buy that back open, but I felt good. I collected my 20%. You can see how much it moved up, and that makes me nervous when a stock moves up that much. But you can see it's looking like it's looking pretty good here. So I'm very, very likely to buy this back today. All right. Okay. Woof. You guys got any charts you want to look at? I see somebody posted UPS. UPS is one that I'm seriously considering on buying here. Yes. This is a rounded bottom breakout. It's lost its 10% move to the 200 up here, but it's still that rounded bottom breakout formation. So yeah, I'm seriously thinking about buying that today. Targets right here at 98, and then the next one up here at 101. I guess you guys can see those lines up there. So, but UPS, yeah, I think that's looking good. CI. So CI is a bottom play. It's over the T line, so that's a plus for me. This would be kind of what we would call a pinball setup. And you may get a ride to that 50 period moving average for sure. Peek at that 60-minute chart. Keep an eye on it. That might be very helpful for you when trading CI. But I understand the buy down here. And now that we've come off the bottom, we've flagged and we broke out over the 8 EMA and we're holding. I think I could handle that. I think it looks good. Coach, you did. Coach tried to tell me, don't sell it, don't sell it. He did. That's okay. I'm going to buy it back. All right. I'm going to buy it back. PWR. Here we are in trend. Price, T-line, trend, right? Price, T-line, trend. Let's do this. I'm going to draw a line like that right there. I think that's kind of close. We start to break out. Well, that's going to entice more bulls. That we start to break out here. That entices more bulls. then what's going to happen is you're going to have a bull frenzy for a few bars up. Maybe you hold it, maybe you take profits, something like that. But right now, I think that's looking pretty good. Am I concerned about this? I am if this happens. Let me do this again. Boom, 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 boom. I am if that happens, yes. But if this doesn't happen, then no, I'm not concerned about that. But if this happens, yes, I am. Hey, Urena. FRPT, is that right? Yeah, that's a buy. Price 8 EMA trend. Price 8 EMA trend. Here we popped the upside, we pulled back. Momentum is now running. I'm going to go to a weekly chart on this. The weekly chart, you can see there's going to be a little bit of issue right in here. So you just have to manage through that. You just have to manage through it. On the other side, that's not the chart. Hang on here. FRPT. Sorry, I had the wrong chart. Whoa, take this back, everything. Thanks, Neil, for saying nice chart. Because, well, I'm not sure that was a chart that Neil would have said nice chart to, so it made me look. Thanks. Look at this. Yes, nice chart. I'm flagging it. I'm going to write that one down. FRPT. That's a nice chart. FRPT. Thank you very much, Urena. Look at that bottom. Bottom is great. Here's a rounded bottom breakout that, well, it wasn't official because the 8 and the trend was not above the 50, right? So price got up here. It became almost a rounded bottom breakout and it failed. Now we're up above there. It is a rounded bottom breakout. Price T-line trend above the 50 period moving average. That's a really nice chart. I'm going to come over here and we're going to come up to this one and do that. There we go. Where'd it go? There it is. This is going to be a good target up here. Here we have some conflict because when there's a rounded bottom breakout, I have two main targets: the modified 200 period moving average, or what we call the dotted deuce, and the 200 right here. So to me that's looking pretty good there. What am I doing? Hold on. Something. Okay. So anyway, that's a super nice chart. Let's keep track of that one. Thank you. Here, let me come over. We've got quite a few people over here today in the yeah, thank you everybody for joining us in the live stream. You're looking at DG. You know, I think I looked at that last night too. Yeah, look at that. DG bouncing off the 200 period moving average. Let's get my pen out here. See, we have our low, our high. Look, I know we made a lower low, but come on, you know, yeah, come on. Let's not be so anal. The stock market doesn't have a clue what 2 + 2 equals. Just doesn't have a clue. So nothing on the stock market 2 + 2 = 4. So here we are. See how we broke out of that high right there? We're above that 50 period moving average. Yeah, that's one to keep an eye on for sure. See that line right here? That's the 500 period moving average. So keep a little eye on that one. Hey, Thomas, sorry, I saw you posted that up there earlier and I missed it. Walmart, I'm currently long Walmart. I think Walmart runs up here. I don't know why that's off. There we go. Yeah, I think Walmart will get up in here to that 104.70. Maybe a little consolidation, then move up more. It does have earnings in the 20th, so careful with that. But right now, like I say, I'm holding it. I still think it's bullish. I think we're good on it for now, anyway. Let's see. Somebody's asking here, you'd like to take the 2-day next Monday. Yes, just keep that link. In fact, anybody that's listening, the 2-day, I do not recommend taking it on a Thursday. Only do it on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, okay? That way you'll get your 2 full days. If you take it on a Thursday, well, I take off on Friday, so I mean, maybe you don't want me there. Okay, then do it Thursday. But yes, just keep that link and or any other link that flies by your email or anything, and just take it Monday. Good. Thank you, by the way. Let's see. I made the chart bigger. Thank you. Thanks, Urena. Appreciate that. Tesla has to reach 8 trillion market cap, and then they'll give him $1 trillion in stock. That's true. Yes. Yes. Chart quality. Chart quality are 720 and not clear on YouTube. Okay. Thanks, Rick. You bet. True. You bet. You bet. Thanks for. You're welcome, Sean. I took your lead on that. Thanks, Sean. Thank you. Okay. Thanks, Nancy. Good morning. Hey, Bart, are you still long NG? I am. Yes, I am still long NG. NG went from the bottom here up above. See our dots turned to green. That's when I got long NG. And now we're just doing some consolidation. Looks pretty good there so far. So looking for a target up here of about, 9.25, maybe higher, but let's get to here first. That's what I'm looking for. So, all right. Earlier in the week, like Monday, here it is. Yeah. Whoops. Not up there. Monday. I sent out a list of about 40 stocks. Everybody should have it. If you're on the mailing list, if you're a member, you should have it. If you're not on the mailing list, you don't have it. If you've opted out of the mailing list, well, tough shit. You didn't get it. Opt back in. Sorry, but that's the way I feel about people opting out. You don't get it. But anyway, there's some stocks there that I think are still good. Take a look at EOSE. And somebody asked me, in fact, it was Sonny, wasn't it you, Sonny? You asked last night, the trading lists that I sent out, are they still eligible to be traded? Yes. Some trades are going to pop up and rock right away. Some trades are going to take maybe 10 days to pop and rock. Some trades just that flat aren't going to do nothing. And that's just the way it is with trading. So I pick trades based on really stocks that are two scenarios. One scenario, the first scenario, are stocks that's in a momentum trend, which is price, 8 EMA trend. And then I pick stocks that are maybe down that have potential for a relief rally up. I look for those too. So I'm always looking for this. And it doesn't have to be way up here. We could be down here as long as we have price, 8 EMA or T-line, and trend. And then I look for pullbacks above the highest high for the week or even for the last 20 days. I look for that pullback that, coming down like that. Well, EOSE is looking pretty good. Actually, Bill, I did post them here. Okay, I did. I think if you go look above where I post that stays in the group or to the members app, you'll see a long list up there. Take a look at Tiger. Tiger might be setting up right now. Target would be right in here. All right. Take a look at SLDP. See that pop? And here we pull back. Look at that. QS needs to break out. Net is setting up. All right, let's look at, let's make sure we're on the 3A trap. Oh, here, let's look at this one. This was a 3A trap. There we go. Take a look at XLU. XLU looks hot here. Thank you, whoever posted that there. Look at NEO. I mean, we've got a nice wedge, a pennant being made here, but look where price is. Price, 8 EMA trend, right? So how are you going to trade that? It's certainly buyable in here, buyable on a breakout. Take a look at Hertz. I don't know what in the world makes Hertz get so excited. I can't imagine for the life of me. But look at Hertz. See, we came from the bottom. We went up, right? Price, 8 EMA, trend. Now wait for that buy. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. Okay. Pretty easy to do. As far as the mechanical side, it's really easy to do. As far as what's between your ears, that's hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, that's hard. So hey, we're way past time. My bad. Hey, I want to thank everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Please keep in mind that we are Monday through Friday right here. And so 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Love to see everybody here. If you're logging into YouTube, make sure that you are, subscribed to YouTube and click that bell. Doesn't cost you anything, but you'll be alerted every time we go online. Do the same thing with X and Facebook. They go about a little differently, but all right. Hey, we'll see everybody. You guys all take care. Members, we'll see you in the market in about 20 minutes. Okay. You guys take care. Thanks a bunch, everybody. I appreciate you being here.